Lately, I've been doing a lot of spring cleaning, getting things ready for donations, maybe a garage sale, and I realized something I honestly hadn't thought about before. Decluttering usually isn't really about stuff, it's about the version of ourselves attached to it. And I started noticing how many things I own that were connected to different phases of my life, different routines, different goals, different identities. I realized I was buying versions of myself. I was sorting through bins and found multiple mats from years of teaching Pilates classes. Different colors, different styles, barely used. And it made me think about how easy it is for us to accumulate things tied to different seasons of life. Not because we're careless, not because we failed, but because life changes. Sometimes we buy things for routines we genuinely had at the time, sometimes for hobbies we really loved, sometimes for goals we were actively working toward. And then one day you look around and realize you quietly have outgrown certain versions of your life without even noticing. I think a lot of us have categories of things like this. The future self purchases. Maybe it was the planner for the version of you who thought, okay, this is finally the year I get organized. Or the workout gear from the phase where you were really trying to prioritize your health. Or books you genuinely meant to read. Or kitchen gadgets from the version of you who imagined cooking healthy meals every night. And then there are the fantasy life purchases, the camping gear for the outdoorsy version of you, the art supplies for your creative era, the camera for the person who wanted to document life more intentionally, the hosting dishes for the version of you who imagined dinner parties every weekend. Sometimes we buy things connected to lives we emotionally connect with, even if we don't fully step into them long term. But that's human. I think spring decluttering could be such a great opportunity to pause and ask ourselves a few honest questions. Would I buy this again? Does this actually support my life now? And am I keeping it because I use it or because I feel guilty letting it go? Does this also reflect who I'm becoming or just who I used to be? Because sometimes the hardest part of decluttering isn't the object itself. It's letting go of the identity, routine, or season attached to it. And I don't think we need to judge ourselves for that. Every phase of life teaches us something. Every interest, every hobby, every goal. It reflects a real part of us at one point. Not every version of ourselves is meant to last forever. Some seasons are stepping stones. Some are experiments. Some simply helped us grow into who we are now. So lately I'm trying to approach decluttering differently. Less from shame, more from intention. Keeping the things that genuinely support my life now and slowly letting go of the someday maybe clutter that doesn't. Not because those versions of me were wrong, but because sometimes making space for who you're becoming means releasing who you no longer need to be.